Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to CharismaToAC. We're playing Misfits today. So, more Misfits game, more masks, more cool teenage superheroes, having a good time growing up under pressure. It's gonna be great. I'm joined today by everyone. Hello.
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 And if you're just joining us for this game of masks and you're wondering, what even is this? This sounds awesome. Because of course it does. Teenage superheroes. I mean, who wouldn't? This game is about teenage superheroes. It's about self-identification. It's about internal and external pressure, and it's about how you present yourself and how other people's opinions of you reflect onto yourself. All that coded in a delicious batch of comic book nonsense. It's wonderful. It's great, and I look forward to being here with everyone. So, last time we played, what happened then? Last time we played, a lot of you were in school, dealing with bullying. When upon you went to Yun's house, to Trespass's house. You talked about your state of things. Had a little bit, like a tiny bit of a fracture. There was like some bad vibes going around. That caused you to not sit down for like a cool afternoon of like group study, but rather split up to go like do your own things. And in that process, Moira, also known as Constrictor, you witnessed a prisoner transport getting off-roaded and a prisoner escaping, caused by two like unknown operatives of the villainous variety, injected with the same animal mutation serum that you had been recently made aware of. They released a dangerous supervillain from chemically induced sleep, a lady by the name of Cassidy Keel, who proceeded to, in her recently awakened state, to grow into a giant shape-shifting amorphous goop monster and swallow up parts of the city that she came into contact with, while she made her way down to the down Riverside to swallow up a barge full of chemical waste.
Hey, you tried juggling with a huge-ass boar man and a rhino man and people screaming everywhere and flying things and exploding things on your own then.
Yeah, I know. It's not easy. In the immortal words of Kermit the Frog, it ain't easy being green. And
it ain't easy being snaky.
It ain't easy being a rainbow constrictor. That's not what Kermit the Frog said, but I think it holds true. It was a long and sordid affair. It was a difficult process for you to bring down Cassidy Keel, as her amorphous shape-shifting abilities constantly presented you with like repeating problems in like, how do we even contain and stop this thing? Because she just kept growing and consuming and wandering mindlessly. However, eventually, you managed to save the day in glorious unison, as Trespass held Cassidy off from the chemical barge with the help of a nearby like fire ship. Is that what, like a pumping boat? Whoa, you're getting a little bit robotic there. Could you try and repeat that? See if you're still not coming through clearly. Yeah, maybe we'll dip into a. Oh, let's see. Yeah, let's dip into another channel. That tends to sometimes help. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Robot Man.
Well, you've been robotic, and as in for the last 3 minutes.
Okay. Well, I experienced the same from the same robotic sounds from you when you were just talking. So hopefully all that means is that the connection has been messing up a bit between us, but the audio that we'll be hearing on the recording should be fine. That's what
We hope so. We hope so.
However, the long and short of it is that through group efforts and a lot of trying, a lot of trial and error, and a lot of trying to figure out how to deal with this like shape-shifting goop lady, you finally manage to fill her up with gas and then deflate her with frost, causing her to just like come apart, and leaving the human form of Cassidy Keel unharmed and unconscious, for the authorities to take care of. And that is where you escaped back into anonymity. So that's what happened last time. Now, this happened in the absence of Recon and Vanguard, who were off doing something different. And we'll talk about what that was. But before we do that, let's introduce our characters, because we've heard some names thrown around now, but why don't we get reacquainted with our cast of heroes? Starting from the top with Constrictor. AJ, that's you.
Crap. Yeah, I know. I forgot all about push to talk.
Well, that's fine. Here you are. Hi.
It really isn't. I forgot it yesterday too.
Alzheimer's disease. Oh no.
Oh no, it's starting to get embarrassing. Alright, Moira. Well, we got a hell lot of potential last time, didn't we?
Yeah. Fail town, population U.
Yeah, it's our second one, and I'm on my way to my third advancement.
It's good stuff.
From having none. Yeah.
So what
Anyway,
what's Moira about?
Moira is the transformed. She is half snake. Now a little more than half snake, because she also managed to mutate further last time. So not only is she inhumanly strong, with technopathy, she also has impossible mobility and sorcery, which was actually the right version of her technopathy, but she's been working with technology for so long that she's really good at it.
Right, these are new things to you.
These are very new things to you. To me, not you. Also to you. To all of us.
Yes, these are new things to all of us, but especially to your character.
Especially to my character, who starts this time out with 4 conditions.
Nice. So how are you feeling?
Anything but hopeless.
Aha, so you're angry, afraid, insecure, and guilty.
Yes, all of them good ones.
This sounds like teenage life to me.
Yeah, it does. And her labels are as follows. She has a freak of 3. A danger of 3. Savior of 0. Superior of -1. And of course a mundane of -2.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And her advancement she got last time was mutate further, where she got the 2 extras.
Yeah.
And she started to look a little more
Weird.
inhuman. Basically, she grew horns and scales on her arms and little spines down her back and tail.
That's
And she got the move from her own playbook that's called I Wish I Could Be.
Oh, what does that do?
When you comfort or support someone, if you tell them what you most envy about them, you can roll plus freak instead of plus mundane.
Very nice. Very nice. So it's a self-disparaging thing, right? You reflect your own circumstances.
It's basically going, yeah, you might be really sad about that mug of yours, but at least you don't have a snake tail.
Yeah, that seems right. You're drawing attention to the fact that you're like an outsider and
yeah.
Cool.
Be happy.
Awesome.
Be happy you don't look like this. Everything shall not be good. She'll be fine. I wish I could ward today.
I will make an admission that I thought about just like not making it, but I feel like we're all better served if I make that admission, and that is that I need like an alternate universe version of Constrictor, in which her further mutates is that her body like sprouted legs and she turned into a millipede.
Oh yeah. Oh.
That's like just I needed to make that comment. I thought of it last time and I didn't say it, and I feel like now the air is clear. Sorry. Anyway, thank you for that. Why don't we talk about the next character on the roster, who is Entry? Entry, what are you about?
Yo, Entry is the Misfit.
Yeah, you are a Misfit.
Oh yeah, sorry, he's the delinquent. That's what it's called. But he's also a misfit, who has a freak of 1, a danger of 0, a savior of 0, a superior of 3, and a mundane of -1.
Yeah, what are you about there, Mr. Delinquent person?
I do not understand the question.
Like, what are your powers and what's your character about?
Oh, well, Entry's all about. He's all about having fun until something gets him in serious mode, and then he's all about figuring it out. He is used to being smarter than everyone, so, you know. Outside of that, he has a natural teleportation ability and a ability to make all sorts of weird gadgets, and he's recently acquired alien tech to make it even more fun.
Very nice.
Yeah, haha, fun.
Have a level something, level number intellect.
Yes.
What is that? I never remembered, like, I don't know anything about DC's intellect classification. All I remember is that Brainiac has a level 12 intellect, and I don't know what that means in the like scope of the universe.
It's over 9,000.
That's probably what it is, despite the fact that it's 12. That's how you need to be smart to figure that out.
Maybe it's because the IQs are so low that an IQ of 12 is amazing.
Maybe it means the IQ is 12 figures long.
Maybe.
It's a lot of
Or
IQ.
maybe just 10, 12 times the normal.
Maybe. These are the speculations that will like literally drive every nerd out of this. Like every like comic book nerd that was listening to this is now like, what the hell? Get out! Like, my comic books and get back to these. These are better. I would not blame you, but I also want you to stay. Please stay. So cool.
Please stay, or he just gets creepier.
Indeed, I'll get closer and closer to the microphone, enticing you to stay with the sweet melody of my voice. Because that's the thing.
I'm now officially weirded out.
At least he didn't try to sound seductive too.
I mean,
oh, please.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye. I'm out. Peace. Pull the ripcord. All right, so that's Entry. Thanks.
Chicken shit.
Thanks for giving us a little view at that. Next up, let's talk about Trespass.
Trespass is the so-called reformed, meaning former villain, now, having seen the error of her villainous ways. And, well, let's do it the way we usually do. Labels. She's currently got a freak of 2, a danger of 2, a savior of -1, a superior of -2, and a mundane of 3.
Solid.
Yeah, she was the least freaky of us when we started last time.
She was the least freaky last time when we started. Also, one of the things that I increased last time was rearrange labels and add +1, so that's why she's slightly higher. She's also unlocked her moment of truth.
Solid.
And other than that, she's only got one condition. That's guilty. She's got her contacts that she has access to, if you would. She's got Mr. Kane, who is an underworld crime boss, and she's got 2 points of responsibility towards him out of 4. She's got Armorer, who is the underworld's weaponsmith, who she owes 1 favor to, and then she's got Dr. Cutler, who is the surgeon to the supervillains, but she doesn't owe him any favors at this time.
Very solid. Very solid. All right. What are you bringing to the table in terms of superpowers? What are you doing here?
None really. She doesn't have any actual superpowers if you discount the fact that she's legally blind and yet she's still able to see for some reason. But hey, presto, that's a story hook right there. Other than that,
superhero.
What she does have, or what she does bring to the table, is an exceptional level of ability in martial arts and several years of experience. Although, admittedly, it's experience as a villain, but at least she's been out there and putting her life on the line. So she's got experience to chip in with.
Putting others' lives on the line. Also a thing.
That as well.
Yeah, just because I couldn't
No, that's
without having a little jab at your background.
Stop guilt shaming me.
No, calling you out for the things you've done. How dare I?
Yes, you awful person, you.
Oh yeah, indeed. All right, very very solid. Thank you. Next up, Vanguard.
Yay. So, Vanguard is a beacon. My current labels are Freak -2, Danger 0, Savior 3, Superior 1, and Mundane 1. He is currently insecure. And as a beacon, I have drives, which if I complete, I get 2 mark potential.
Mm-hmm.
The 4 I have right now are lead the team successfully in battle, reject someone who tells you shouldn't be here, stop a fight with calm words, and help a teammate when they most need you.
Nice. You also have a counterpart, which is our last but certainly not least of our members, Recon.
Yes. Oh, me. Okay, so Recon. Recon is playing a joint playbook, which basically means he's a twinsy. He's a bestie of one of the characters. In this case, it's Vanguard. His labels are Freak -1, Danger 0, Savior 2, Superior 2, Mundane 0. And he still has 2 conditions, guilty and insecure. And he possesses influence over everybody, I think.
Very nice.
For some reason.
Nice. Well, someone has to. So, okay, very, very solid. And of course, the thing that unifies the two of you beyond like your relationship to one another is both of you are ostensibly like equipped with the same, like you're bringing the same set of powers to the table. Namely that both of you are very fine archers, and quite athletic, if I remember correctly. Is that correct?
Yeah, and also we share drives.
Yes, that's true.
Well, we share the ability. We have different drives.
Yeah, but you gain you also.
Yeah, I gain both.
He completes his, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Solid. All right, cool. So, last time in our last issue, we had the conflict with Cassidy Keel as described, and that was a whole affair that like locked down like a little small part of the city, like leading out to one of the like rivers, like coursing through. And we had 3 of the 5 of you throw down with this creature. However, you two, Vanguard and Recon, you weren't there. What were you doing?
To make it super meta, Vanguard was sick.
Okay. What were you coming down with?
We jokingly said mono. That's why we were both sick and gone.
Both of you had kissing disease?
Yeah. No.
Maybe.
Probably. Maybe. Who knows? It's a secret.
Very well. Okay. So both of you were sick with something. Is that right? Is that the case? Recon, were you also sick?
Well, yeah. Well, he was probably trying to tend to his friend.
Bring me chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
Right.
But then he got sick too. So like then it was them both being sick, and probably whatever like Aaron's mom had to tend to them both.
Delightful. All right. Cool. So in the like retroactively like an addition to the like last issue is like a panel, is like a meanwhile panel, and it's just the two of you like with ice bags on your head and thermometers in your mouth.
I like it.
All right, solid, cool. So we know what's up. Okay, so in this particular issue, we start out during a midweek halcyon afternoon. School is over. Time has passed. Not like in the sense that a lot of time has passed, but it's like two days have passed or something since you threw down at the docks or at the riverside. And the two of you, Recon and Vanguard, are like you have some remnants of the sniffles, but you're getting better. It's okay. It's not gone, but you know. And in this lovely halcyon afternoon where the weather is a bit cool, but you know it's not cloudy, skies are like crisp winter's blue, and the sun provides like a measure of warmth. Where do we find the lot of you in a group, and why are you together?
In a group already.
Yeah, why are the lot of you like clustered together in a specific place, and where is that place?
What time of year was it?
It's like early year. It's like winter.
Oh, winter. Because otherwise it could be someone's birthday.
It could be.
I mean, anyone have a birthday in winter?
Well, Moira did too.
Moira has a birthday in winter.
Yes.
Right? Is it your birthday, Moira? Is that why we're all why the group is together this afternoon?
I'm pretty sure Pollux would be the only one knowing it's her birthday.
Which means everyone would know.
Of course they would.
All right, that sounds appropriate.
I have the feeling like, why everyone at my door? Pollux, why are you carrying a cake? What the fuck is going on?
So yeah, I what I heard from this is you're together because it's Moira's birthday, and you're at Moira's house. Cool. So Moira, why don't you describe your place of residence for us? Why don't you give us a panel of an establishing shot?
Alright. There is a huge ass driveway down to a huge ass, rich city kid house just outside the limits so that there's room for the huge ass garden.
Mm-hmm.
And the large ass house. Very lavish. And behind it, because we just pan over the main house, is a large pool. Attached to that pool is a pool house. Inside that pool house lives Moira.
Cool.
And the insides of the pool house is very different from the insides of the large house. Whereas the large house is pretty posh with, traditional paintings on the wall, and there's the painting of great granddaddy and the large ass Ming vase.
Mm-hmm.
The pool house, while also pretty expensive, is more modernly furnished.
Right. It's
Also messy. Also full of punk posters.
Right. It's furnished like a teenager's room.
It's furnished like a teenage delinquent's room.
Wonderful.
Only exception being, it's probably a little more cleared up because she can't move around in it if it's too messy.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably have like a lot of open floor space. Like I don't
She
imagine
does.
you're like keeping lamps standing on tables and so on. Like
She also has a enormous bed because otherwise she can't actually be in the bed, and she'd have to drape all over the other furniture. The furniture is mostly flat because then there's room.
do you roll up to sleep?
She does.
Delightful.
Actually looks pretty cute, but she won't let you tell her that.
All right.
And surprisingly enough, on one large wall, there is a huge ass terrarium.
Mm-hmm.
Inside this terrarium is a large tiger python.
I see. Very interesting.
She also have a few. It's a large white and yellow snake.
Ooh.
She also has a few lizards, a bearded dragon, and a few geckos.
Interesting. Was this like is this fascination with reptiles something you picked up post your condition, or did you also
No.
have this back when you were when you were not
The
affected?
reason the snake is 10 meters long is because she's had it for that long.
Okay.
Had it since it was a new one.
I
So
don't
she's
know.
had it since she was a girl of 7 or so.
Okay. I don't know how long-lived snakes are, so I'm relying on you to tell me stuff like that.
They, most constrictors live to an age of 35, 40.
Solid. All right. Well, thank you. That's like I think we have a good image of like where we are. So I want to go back to the first picture. I want to go back to the like establishing shot of this like rich suburban manor. And I wanted like I think we had like a worm's eye perspective of like looking up at the giant house. And we have like
Yeah, the other
of
group
you-
would have to walk past it to get to the backyard where the pool house is.
Yeah. So I want like what's the reaction shot here like of you guys arriving when in like the panel? What's the caption when you arrive at this residence?
I think Pollux is yawning.
Is it
Yeah,
early?
he's used to it.
Oh, it's not. It's afternoon. That's right. So was it just a boring school day?
When isn't it?
Point taken.
I think Yoon is looking desperately out of place. This is something. For one thing, I mean, she's walking along with her cane because obviously blind and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But she is she's having real. She's aware of what part of town she's in, and she's uncomfortable.
Oh, you're not
Yeah.
doing well in rich like uptown environments.
Nope, because normally when she goes here, it's to steal things or kidnap someone or that sort of thing.
Ah, you have some memories of places that looks like this.
Yes.
Ah, of
She's
course.
welcome to try and fit Mora into a bag.
All right.
Well, as a snake, she does like cramped spaces.
So, this is you should not feel like under any compulsion to have an answer for this, but I want to give you all the chance to like show off your characters in their civvies as they are now. Like, are you well dressed for the occasion? Like, how are you presented? This is I'm curious about your individual character's method of self-expression. What about you, Trespass? You looked out of place, you said.
Yeah.
Does that mean, like, are you also, like, dressed out of place visibly?
Possibly. She's wearing. I mean, it's a birthday party, so she's not, And she knows that it's in a nicer part of town, so she is dressed well. Obviously, her budget does not exactly allow for, Versace or anything of the sort. So she's probably wearing a long long skirt, kind of high waisted, and a short top that goes with it, so it gets almost like a dress effect out of it, although it's still in two pieces.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually quite nice quality. She's probably wearing a bolero or blazer, a short blazer over it, which is currently closed because she doesn't want anyone to see that. Considering the place where she is, she doesn't want anyone to see that the motif on the T-shirt is the anarchist flag, the red and black anarchist flag.
Very nice. Solid. All right. Cool. I like that. Like you have a nice sense of fashion. What about entry? How do you dress? What's your self-expression?
Currently a red panda kigurumi.
All right, I'll take that. So you're dressed in a red panda kigurumi.
And sneakers, because we went outside.
All right.
He was probably home to change before they went here, because they're neighbors.
Of course.
Yeah, they are. He probably could also have taken them through the hedges for a more direct, place of entry. But for some reason, he chose to go the large way around.
Of course.
Maybe it was because someone told him that it looked like they were breaking in, and she didn't want that.
Yeah, you need to politely ring the doorbell, right? You're not sneaking in, or I don't know, are you?
I'll leave that to the others.
All right. What about the rest of you? How do you dress?
I think Aaron has blue jeans on, sneakers, and a excuse me, and a black T-shirt with like a black zip-up jacket.
All right.
And he looks genuinely out of place as well, and is like wearing an expression of like, "Damn!" Like I had no idea.
Right. It's not a neighborhood you're used to.
Yeah.
Cool. What about Recon?
Recon is probably Recon is probably wearing like a black jeans, some a hoodie, and a hoodie like a kind of grayish neutral hoodie,
Right.
zip up, and then some Halcyon City wrestling T-shirt, probably.
Of course.
Is it the Supers wrestling?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Duh. Duh. I thought you knew. You never asked.
Just gonna make a note here. All right. Cool. So, you arrive at the residence. You arrive at the Morgan residence. Do you announce yourselves at the door, or do you walk around and into the backyard?
Lord Fisher has arrived.
For Trespass certainly is going to move up to the front door, because having a blind girl sneaking around the back is going to look even, that's going to look suspicious by anyone's standards.
Someone's gonna have a heart attack if they just see like a blind girl walking around poolside.
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
All right. Well, in that case, you're received at the door by let's see, Moira. Are your parents home, or are they like off doing important business stuff that mean they don't have time for the teenage daughter?
They have been surprisingly busy ever since Moira came back. So her father would be working, and he would probably be doing so at his office in town, or on some kind of, I'm gonna go 1,000 miles away to have a conference meeting with someone who's 2,000 miles away.
Right.
See ya, honey.
Taking the flight to Texas for the week.
Yes. he had, business and shit.
Right.
And her mother would be busy somewhere else doing charity shit. Let's have a big ass party to have charity.
Right. So
and spend $5 million doing it.
Your mom is busy keeping up appearances, and your dad is busy doing business work, and both of them are collectively busy being negligent parents. Cool.
Yes, because they're fucking scared of their daughter, but they don't have the heart to tell her that.
Cool. So the housekeeper opens the door.
Or the butler.
Or the butler. Let's go with the butler.
I did say they were very traditional people.
Yes, it's true. Let's keep that tradition alive.
So there is a butler who totally keeps up track of all the maids.
Who's the butler?
His name is not Jeeves, and it's not
Damn it, I was
Sebastian.
gonna say Jeeves.
Clyde?
His name is not Clyde either.
Lars.
Jarvis.
Smithers.
Oh, next time I see you, I'm gonna strangle you for that one.
Oh, come on!
Just because you said all that, the butler's name is Aaron.
Damn.
Wonderful. Okay, so do we
Look
like
at your future Vanguard.
do we like the butler Aaron? Is he a nice guy, or is he like
He
a
is.
hoity-toity annoying guy?
He's a nice guy.
Cool.
He's probably the only one who's still treated Moira as a person after she came back in this household.
Aw, that's sweet. Okay, so the door opens and a pleasant-looking man smiles warmly at the collection of you without like skipping a beat or having any unspoken judgments in his manner of like looking at you.
He will also know Pollux very well.
Which I think is why Pollux goes, "Sup, Aaron?"
Ah, Master Panda, so good of you to show up. Did you?
Yeah.
Panda?
Yes.
Pollux takes the
And
chance.
then it takes about half a moment before it obviously she can see, but she's going to play this for all it's worth. So it's going to take a couple of seconds before the proverbial penny seems to drop for trespass, and she looks at the panda next to her with just suddenly looks very, very tired. Tell me you didn't.
Well, I did not dress up as a panda.
Mustn't tell lies, Master Panda. Please
Hey,
come inside.
There's a
Let's
big
go.
difference between red pandas and ordinary pandas. They're a whole different type of animal.
If you say so, Master Panda. Please come inside.
Thank you.
Well, obviously, if
Just like
invited, then sure.
he doesn't really like to like make conversation because it's not like you're going for like a mile hike. He just takes you through the house and like opens the backyard door and gestures for the like gestures to everyone who isn't Yoon. Gestures to the pool house. And like I don't think he's like, let me just help Yoon around the pool. I think he trusts you enough to like have that hand. Like as her friends. But I think he mentions it. I think like there is that moment of like paternity of him like being, be careful around the pool, like as if you hadn't seen it, but it's just like said for your sake, Yoon.
Yes, and she smiles and does a little bow and thank you for informing me. I shall make certain to be careful.
Cool. So you make it around and like there's a knocking outside. Is there a knocking outside, or do you just like enter?
Before we get that far, I think Pollux would hold our hand to a fist bump and say, "We might need the kitchen."
Right. Okay, I'm biting here, so I'm gonna make this guy down with the kids, yo. And you're like,
let him be a little awkward about it because he knows it's a thing, but he's also a middle-aged man.
Right. He does the like Alfred Pennyworth face, right? The like impeccable butler face, and with like a hand like straight back and with like a hand behind his back, like just held there in proper place, he reaches out his other hand and like fist bumps you and does the little explosion and wavy fingers.
La 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 la.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh god, Baymax, I'd forgotten about that.
Pollux most definitely makes the sound and mimics the motion.
Sure. So that's totally
Baymax.
Okay. We've
Myra's favorite movie, though no one knows, is actually Baymax.
We've established the parlance that goes on here. Okay.
La 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 la.
Cool. So he nods to you and just like lets you be off with a fist bump.
Shit, it's not called Baymax, it's called Big Hero 6, but her favorite character is Baymax.
I mean,
Yush.
Whose favorite character isn't Baymax?
I haven't
Harry
seen it,
baby.
so
Harry baby.
I would say people who are busy drooling over Tadashi, but otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, but then again, he's blown up.
Spoilers.
Well, if you haven't watched it now, it's probably your own fault.
I am inclined to agree. So, do you just
I
like...
should know.
Yeah?
I should note that there is a kitchen in the pool house too, and Moira does not know they're coming because she took the day off because it's a fucking birthday. She didn't want to contend with the other teenagers on her birthday.
Of course.
Too bad.
So you came down with sudden flu-like condition, whatever. Oh, I'm so
No,
sorry,
there was a
Peach.
knocking about where Aaron said, "School time," and Moira said, "No fucking way," and turned on the other side and slept on.
Right. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Let's say he's covered for you. I don't know. Like, maybe he has.
He probably did the "she's sick today" routine.
Maybe he did. I don't think you know if he did. But
I don't really think she cares if he did or not.
all right. So the question is, do you guys like knock when you go in? And I'm mostly looking at you, Entry. Like, let's be honest here. Like, you're the most comfortable person here. Is this just like direct, no announcement, panda entry, or do you actually knock on the pool house door?
I think it's a mixture of knocking, waiting, barely a second and then entering.
Right.
Hey, Moira, happy birthday!
All right.
Yeah. Most of the pool house has, there's a wall of glass because it's a pool house, so you can open the entire wall to, have full entry to the pool from that.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a huge-ass bedroom that she comes out of with bedhead and a very large, oversized t-shirt. And a controller in one hand.
Pollux
What?
immediately starts singing.
Oh, God.
I join in.
I join in Korean.
So your a birthday celebration arrives through the door, spearheaded by a humanoid panda.
Red panda.
Red panda.
And he is completely true. A red panda and a normal panda is two different animals.
Yeah, it is. But I don't want to call
Also-
him Master Shifu, so...
This is true. Also true, but two different families of animals.
Yep.
I think she just waits with a very tired look on her face. And then finally says, "Polly, why are you dressed like a panda?
A red panda.
Why?"
Because it's comfortable.
Okay.
Did we do something wrong? She
No,
doesn't
not
sound
at
very
all.
happy.
Yeah, it's true.
Birthday's not really my thing.
But you get cake.
You brought cake?
I'm going to make cake.
Can we order one in? Last time he tried making food, it blew up.
Come on, it's basically chemistry.
In case you didn't
Yeah,
know...
think
it
we should-
tasted like chemistry.
I think Trespass, when that comes up, she looks incredibly uncomfortable for a second and excuses herself.
All right, you
and
dip outside.
and just dips outside. Yes, talking about chemistry and blowing stuff up.
Right, so you have sudden like Vietnam flashbacks.
Pretty much. Also, I would like to remind that her current condition is guilty.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
That
she's
is-
not the one who blew people up. It was Polly.
Yeah, except maybe
At
it
least that
wasn't.
time.
Oh my god.
Well, last time it was Polly who blew people up.
That's very true. But yeah, like I it's also, in case you didn't know this, Moira, it is a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. Yay, Talbot got it.
That was just.
I'm not even
That
commenting on that.
That was. That was pathetic.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
Oh well.
All right,
Also-
She points at the kitchen. Go ahead, Polly.
so when so this happens, right? Like you're starting to have like a conversation, starting to mix together. Does anyone notice or like do anything about Trespass dipping out for a second? Like, is anyone
Yeah,
like,
I were
looking
about
after
to.
her, worried or whatever?
I were about to.
Cool.
Basically pointing Polly to the kitchen, giving the boys a controller each, and then going out to see what happened.
So how do we find you, Trespass?
Probably standing next to the pool with her cane, swishing around at the surface of it, to break the surface of the water.
So you don't have to look at your reflection.
To miss at the
Yeah.
miss with the surface tension.
Yeah. Exactly.
You alright?
Not really.
What happened?
Well, talking about chemistry and blowing things up.
I think Moira at this point shows that there is still some of the old Moira in her. When she basically makes a chair out of her tail under her. Under Trespass. As settling beside her.
Oh god, that's like so. Like again, like in the animated version, this would be something that just happened in the scene that wasn't like there would not be drawn attention to it, and the fact that we don't draw attention to it is what makes it like so cool. It's like just a part of your body, right? You just do it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, she
Do you want to talk about this Trespass? Like, is this do you feel comfortable like opening up to Moira about this, or
she
are you
doesn't
trying
feel
to dodge it?
she doesn't feel particularly comfortable, but she's not going to try to dodge it either because it's Moira's birthday party and she doesn't want to be trouble.
We should make a hero called Trouble. Then we have entry, Trespass, and Trouble.
She just shrugs basically and says, "I'm sorry. I should be. I'm sorry for making a scene. We only just arrived and it's your birthday, and let's go back in."
So I think you tell me, Moira, but I feel like you can tell that like she's totally deflecting and not dealing with the issue, right? Whatever is.
Oh, well, Moira is pro at deflecting.
Yep.
So of course she knows she's deflecting.
So do you think that's like, do you just let it pass and like respect that she doesn't want to talk about it, or do you push her on it?
She's gonna try to push her on it because it's not gonna get solved if she keeps deflecting.
All right. So what do you want to call this? Is this like a? Oh, are you piercing the mask here? Is this what that is? I think it could be.
It's your
Yeah,
call.
but the questions to it doesn't seem like anything.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
It's like, what do you want me to do? Well, that's pretty obvious. Leave me the fuck alone and go back inside. Okay, well, there is one that could work. I could try it.
Yeah, you wanna?
Yeah, I'm not pretty good at because I have a -2 on mundane and I have another -2 on mundane.
That sounds like a great reason to try it.
Well, her mundane is at -2, and she has so many different conditions herself that she's to -4 on mundane.
You two should comfort and support each other.
Yeah. Oh my god. Where is it? Pierce the mask. She's angry, so she can't actually pierce the mask. I'm so gonna try.
Yes. Give us the effort. Let's see what happens.
Oh dear!
Oh dear! Yes, okay, delightful. So, yeah, like, I feel like, I feel like,
Beautiful.
You come, yeah, I feel beautiful no matter what you say.
I actually have an idea for what is going to happen here, if it's
I
okay.
would love to hear what your idea is before
I
start
think the
throwing at you.
point is that Yun is smart enough to realize what it is that Moira is trying to do, but obviously she's being kind of helpless about it right now and flailing around a bit and not, finding the right words to do what it is she's trying to do. So I think Trespass is going to deflect further by trying to comfort and support her friend.
Interesting.
So you're gonna frazzle her?
No, she's going to move attention away from the fact that she's feeling bad by pointing out that it's okay. It's all right. You don't need to. You don't need to worry. I'll be fine. It's just it won't be. It's just a moment. But it seems like, you weren't in school today, and if I'm to make a guess, you didn't want to go because it's your birthday. Am I right? You didn't want to have to, I don't know, cope with all the mean kids today.
Aura makes a face that totally tells, I know what you did there, bad girl.
That's good. So
And then just sighs. Yeah, I did not want to deal with those kids, and I'm thinking about never going back.
Can I roll my comfort and support check?
You very much can. I will also give you something extra. Because I think you should. It's great that you want to comfort and support. I think you should do it. But I also want to. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to let you, because she failed her Pierce the Mask test.
Yes.
You get to ask Moira one question from the Pierce the Mask list.
That's good. Can I use the one that I get extra?
What is the circumstances for that again? Is that
when you pierce the mask of a hero, your call, add this question to the list. What was your darkest moment?
Yeah, you can. If you want to drive the conversation that direction. However, I would like to know like how you get there.
No, then she will get there by saying I don't blame you. You must have gone through some pretty hard, pretty dark moments. I can't even imagine what some of that must have been like. All I can tell you is, I would be very sad if you didn't come back to school. You're one of my few friends there. I really want you to be there.
Oh.
Fine.
So, shall I roll?
Yes. First and foremost, you will definitely get your roll. But first, let's have Moira answer the question. We'll have AJ answer the question on behalf of Moira.
Oh yeah, obviously.
So what question did you pick from the list?
I picked the what was your darkest moment?
Oh yeah. So
Well, then I have to choose.
That's why she mentions the I can't even begin to imagine what some of the darkness you've had to live through.
Yeah.
Thereby openly inviting her to open up about it.
Yeah, I think that's great. So what does Moira answer in that moment? Not necessarily like, I'm gonna tell you my life story and the worst nightmare I ever had, but like you say either you can be like, yeah, Moira like opens up about it, or you can say Moira says something that clues trespass into the truth, right? The point is that we on the player level know, and you can then transfer that knowledge to your character as much as you want.
Well, basically, she will... I think I know now. I had to pick because there's a couple of eye-openers she's had about how much of an idiot she's been.
Yeah.
So, one of the sentences that clues to her darkest moment would be, yeah, imagine waking up and realizing how much of a monster you really were by looking in the mirror.
Oh, did you have like I can imagine you did, but did you have like a really serious episode when you learned what had happened to you?
The thing is, she was a monster to everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Now she is an actual monster. And she realized that when she woke up like this.
Right. Like, you were like a very vain person?
She was a very vain person, and she didn't think further about the consequences. Teenager. That impacted on the people she held out of the popular circle, the people she didn't stop from being bullied, and the people she condoned bullying.
Mm-hmm.
And now that she's on the other side, she realized how horrible she'd been and how horrible those persons would have had it.
So that's really great.
Basically, she woke up realizing that she deserves everything that's happened to her now.
Do you say this outright? Like, is this like a conversation that brings this
Yeah.
to light? Okay.
How horrible she was.
Right.
And that she actually has this one coming. Because karma.
Oh, that's like really rough. Her darkest moment was realizing what person she had been. Ugh.
Yeah.
That sounds...
Because now she's on the receiving end of it.
Does this... I mean, so that... Like, you feel free to say no there, Trespass, but this sounds like very relatable to a certain someone.
Oh yes, very much so.
All right, very cool.
She will basically look at she looks at Moira and nods and says, but the point is, you did realize that what you had been was not what you wanted to be anymore. You are a much better person now. You're a good person now. And a good friend.
Make that confident support roll.
Any further bonuses or just the regular one?
I feel...
I'm pretty sure you have influence over her.
I do, I think.
So that will add a plus.
No, I don't. No, I don't actually. I don't have.
Well, you do now.
Yeah, I was about to say
well, fair
that
enough.
I can choose to give it to you. So.
All right.
Well, you do now.
Okay, then.
You're basically the first one she's actually opened up to in that way.
That's okay. True. So that's +1.
It is.
Let's see.
Oh, and one further. Holy shit.
There we are. Very nice, very nice. So, yeah. So you try and comfort and support Moira,
Yep.
and we've heard what you say to be comforting. So Moira, do you hear this, right? Like, do you feel comforted? Do you want to open up when this happens? I feel like you've kind of done that, like by extension of the answer you gave to the question. But I want to know, like, your opinion here, like when Trespass reaches out and tries to like comfort you, are you receptive of this?
Yes. And I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Can I open up and then turn it into I wish I could be?
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's a great... Yeah, that I feel like that could transition very nicely.
So she opens up, validating her attempt at comforting and supporting, and then continues on with a wish I could be. to comfort and support trespass, even though she tried to deflect that kind of help.
Okay, so before you do that, let's resolve this roll because the success happened, so you get the thing you want. Trespass. You
Yes.
get to add a team to the pool or clear a condition. Moira, you get to mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels.
I'm clearing a condition
What
because
condition?
I have 4 of them.
Yeah. What condition does Trespass's words make you not feel anymore?
He removes. Well, most of them is pretty good. I think she removes insecure.
That was the one I would have suggested.
Very good. What about you, Trespass? What do you do? Do you add a team? By the way, your team pool is 2. I should do something. There you go. 2.
Yay!
I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to add 1 to the team pool.
All right. Nice job. So that's that move resolved. Now you wanted to segue this into to your move there, Moira. You feel free to do that.
What was the last thing you said again?
You can move it into your move.
Yeah, but what was the last thing Yun said?
Oh, the last thing Yoon said was, but you're a good person and you're a good friend.
Ah. Well, I weren't actually moving down that path before I met you.
Oh?
I were content on punishing the world for it.
Oh.
And then I met you.
But what about me made you not do that then? I mean...
You showed me the world wasn't rotten.
Oh.
That even though they do what they do, there are still good people between them. Like an apple tree. Some of them falls to the ground and are rotten, and then there are the good ones on the tree still.
And I think at that point she hangs her head a little and says, if I haven't fallen to the ground already and started to rot, I think I'm hanging on by very little.
No, you're not. When you look at what you did, you were a villain, let's just put it the way it was.
Yeah.
But you turned it around and you chose to become a hero. I woke up like this, and in an attempt to show the world that I'm still a human inside, I was forced to be a hero or become a villain. You helped me choose that one. If anything, I envy you for that.
I don't think she knows how to even answer that.
It's a great one. Oh God, I'm so invested. Please make your move, AJ. You are employing your newest trick here, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. I basically told her that the move is, when you comfort or support someone, if you tell them what you most envy about them, you can roll plus freak instead of mundane.
Try and comfort and support her using freak.
Wow.
Wonderful. All right, so let's resolve the let's I was to say let's resolve the move, but like
Can I add a little bit to it?
Yes, you can.
She then puts an arm around her and, puts her head on Yun's head. You're probably the kindest person of us all. You fight. Really fight. And even though you had everything stacked against you in the last fight, you still came and saved Entry one last time, even though it almost cost you your life. That's a hero.
She looks, for a moment she looks not conflicted, but there's a moment of fear in her eyes. It's very, very brief, and then she says, I had to. I couldn't let him and then she stops herself from going any further. You wouldn't even have to roll anything. It's pretty clear there's something there. There's more than she tells.
All right.
I think she just continues the hug, and that's what heroes do. They have to save people.
So, Moira,
Yep.
trespass chokes up here.
Yeah, definitely, completely.
But do you feel like this is shutting you out, or do you still feel like she's opened up to you? She just can't.
She's returning the hug.
Yeah, she is trying to open up, but it hurts so much that she's choking on it.
And is this like...
That is fine.
Okay, cool.
Because she's still trying.
That's cool. Thank you. I wanted to know. So in that case, we resolve the move, right? You've opened up, so you get to clear a condition, mark potential, or what was the third option? We literally just made the move and I forgot.
Yeah.
Cool.
Add team to the pool was the last one.
Or no, shift labels.
Shift labels. All right.
They hear you. They mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels if they open up to you.
Yeah.
And I'll clear my guilty then if it's all right with everyone.
Yep.
That seems perfectly fine.
And on a plus 10, you also add a team to the pool or clear a condition yourself.
Yeah,
and I think I'll clear another condition because conditions are annoying when you're in a battle, as we learned last time.
So what does this like moment of closeness with trespass like help you get over?
I think it removes her afraid.
Cool. I love that.
She's not alone.
And on that like very tender panel, before we flip the page, let's take a break and we'll see what happens inside the pool house. So we'll be right back with more Misfits.